we know that the greatest story in the Bible that would fit extraterrestrial activity would be Genesis 6 and the descent of the Watchers to Mount Hermon. Probably the best way of looking at it is from Ephesians, where Paul explains what is ruling humanity. And by virtue of that fact, there's beings, he says, that rule the earth and rule the civilizations. And their forces, prince of the power of the air is the leader of them. Everything from the ground up, outward into space, is the realm where these things exist, these evil forces exist. In Revelation, it says a third of the angels are thrown down by the dragon. These things that came down are called watchers. And the dragon is actually another name for watcher. Drakani is in Greek just to gaze and to watch. It's been in angelology talked about as well. Satan is ruling then a third of the angels. And they do this in order to cause people to mold their paradigm about the way the world works.
We have a spiritual intelligence and these spiritual beings that can manifest themselves physically and can manifest either themselves as different objects, or they can manifest these objects or create them as they wish, as they need. There is an orthodox doctrine of theosis, where humankind becomes like God. And so God had a means and a method and a time for when humanity would get that status. But the evil ones come along and say, we can give it to you a whole lot sooner than that. And all you need to do is fall down and worship us. That's all you need to do. It's a trade-off. We're really your gods. We're the gods of antiquity. Worship us because frankly, we are far superior to you. We're interacting with you, and what we'll do for you is we'll show you how the universe ticks, because we're going to tutor you, we're going to train you, we're going to tell you things that nobody else knows, and we want you to pass it on. It's not for everybody, it's for you. And if you go back into contactee literature in ufology, this is exactly what you read.
It's enigmatic unless you understand the Genesis 6 paradigm and the intersection of heavenly beings with men at the same area where the greatest navigators ever existed in antiquity, and how Earth is somehow a divine sort of revelator of this understanding. In navigation, 33 degrees, 33 minutes is 2,012 miles nautically. This understanding has been intact all the way from the Phoenician times. They measured the Earth this way. If you look at the Roswell event, it happens before we actually moved out into space, but it happened right at the very leading point where we started building the technology to go into space. My belief is that the Watchers influenced the event. Richard Hoagland had been breaking down some of the crop circles there in Wiltshire and the area in England, and saying that they geometrically pointed out tetrahedral geometry, just like on Mars. So I thought, I wonder if there's some geometric message in this, and there turned out to be a geometric message in the crop circle. And it was really basic. There's 59 lines of resolution horizontally in the picture of the alien, and then the circle he's holding that even has an actual computer code, ASCII text in it. But there were 33 lines that were being bisected by the edge of the picture that was, rectangular. 33 lines in the circle itself that were circular, and then 59 lines of resolution in the rectangle. So you multiply 59 times 33, you get 1947. I was able to actually find out the distance between Roswell and the actual crop circle itself in Wiltshire in miles, based on the number of actually ASCII figures inside the circle multiplied times 33. I found the dimension of, or the distance in miles from the latitude of the crop circle and 19.47 latitude. It gave that dimension too. And then the message itself that was actually decoded, it said something like, beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. We oppose deception, much pain but still time, conduit closing. It said Roswell over and over again. What I think happened then when they intersected in 1947, they left intact a message. It says, there's a high intelligence involved in this, there's an order to it that is beyond our own human agency to understand. Obviously, it's a message from some higher intellect. It's an alien message, and it's starting the clock for the countdown.